the dedication of the image which Nebuchadnezzar the king had set up. Then the princes, the governors, and captains, the judges, the treasurers, the counselors, the sheriffs, and all the rulers of the provinces were gathered together unto the dedication of the image that Nebuchadnezzar the king had set up. And they stood before the image that Nebuchadnezzar had set up. Then an herald cried aloud, "To you it is commanded, O people, nations and languages, that at what time ye hear the sound of the cornet, the flute, the harp, sackbut, psaltery, dulcimer, and all kinds of music, ye fall down and worship the golden image that Nebuchadnezzar the king hath set up. And whoso falleth not down and worshipeth shall the same hour be cast into the midst of burning fiery furnace."
Now, buka ya Daniele ki buka e hlokolosi because e ama ditaba tsa bofelo.
Now, the book of Daniel is an important book because it is touching on the end time matters.
E leng ditaba tseo di sokang di etsahala tse ngata tseo Daniele a di ngotseng.
Which are the matters that have not yet been fulfilled, which are most of them which Daniel wrote about.
Ba tsebang Bebele ba re ke Revelation ya Testamente ya kgale.
The experts of the Bible, they say it's the revelation of the Old Testament.
Because ha o batla ho utlwisisa buka ya tsenolo diphathi tse ding o tshwantse o ye bukeng ya Daniele.
Because if you want to understand part of other books of the Revelation, you must come to the book of Daniel.
But mona ha se ditaba tse re tlisetsang tsa bofelo tsona di le tsa ba teng tse ding mo chapter 2 tse bonweng ke Nebuchadnezzar.
But these are not the matters that bring the end time matters, but they are the matters that were there in chapter 2 that were seen by Nebuchadnezzar.
Eleng toro eo Nebuchadnezzar a ileng ai bona ya ba wa e lebala.
Which is a dream that Nebuchadnezzar dreamt and he forgot it.
E bontshang borena bo tloang ho yena o fitlhella boreneng ba Jesu ho ya ka tlhaloso ya dream eo.
That shows the kingdom that departs from him to the kingdom of Jesus according to the explanation of that dream.
Jwale ha Daniele a qeta ho e hlalosa,
Now when Daniel has done explaining it,
o ile a bewa boemong bo hodimo.
he was placed in a high position.
Meaning o ne a sebeletsa morena ka boemo bo hodimo.
Meaning he was serving the king in a high position.
Now ho na le ntho e ke batlang re tle re lemohe.
Now there's something that I want us to realize.
Motho eo e bang o na le taba ya modimo,
A person that has something that is of God,
before a tlotla a sebediswa ke modimo, ho tshwantse go be le kgang kapa taba e thata for motho eo e leng gore Satan o be a shebile gore a tla ske a atlega.
before that person can be used by God, there should be something that is difficult on that person so that that person should not succeed.
Or hape le ha se a sebetsa, Satan o tla tla hape.
Or when that person is now serving, the devil will come again.
Because the purpose ke gore anybody ya sebeletsa modimo a ska mo sebeletsa hantle.
Because the purpose is that anybody that serves God should not serve God in the right manner.
Now se ki itse re ele hloko gore mosebetsi o mong le o mong o motho a o etsetsa modimo o phahame ho feta mosebetsi o motho eo a kgolang tjhelete.
And I said that we should take note that each and every work that a person serves God with is higher than the job that one can earn a salary for.
Because motho ya sebeletsa modimo ha krei moputso hona jwale.
Because a person that serves God doesn't get their salary right now.
Yes. O tla thola moputso qetellong mo ba thola meqhaka le maemo a itseng le godimo.
That person will receive the reward when they receive the crown and other things.
And then ile moputso o phahameng ho feta moputso ofeng kapa ofeng o motho a ka o tholang lefatsheng.
Which is a reward that is higher than any other reward that one can receive on earth.
Hara moputso o wa motho
Amongst the rewards of that person,
ke ho dula le modimo kapa le Jesu ka ho sa fele.
it is to abide with God or Jesus for eternity.
And then o mong wa melemo ya moputso o
And one of the benefits of that reward
ke ho bolela hore motho ha sa hlola a eshwa.
is that that person will no longer die.
And then o tla phumulwa meokgo ha sa hlola alla ha sa hlola a kula or a utlwa bohloko.
And their tears will be wiped away. They will no longer cry or be sick or be hurt.
And then bodulo ba hae motho eo ha na go laetelwa ka motlakase.
And where that person will be staying, they won't need electricity to light
Me
for
ha bana
them.
go hloka gore ba motimele because go laetile modimo.
There won't be a need of load shedding because God will be the one that has
So ke
lighted.
party ya moputso o.
So that is part of that
But moputso
reward.
o motho o sebeletsa a le mona.
But that reward, you have to work for it while you are here.
And then jwale ebe mane o thola moputso.
And then up there, you will receive the
Meaning go
reward.
bolela gore moputso o ha o lekangwe le moputso o thola mona.
Meaning that reward, you cannot compare it to a reward that
Because
you
seo
receive
se
here.
thola mona o ka se thola ha kgwedi fela mme sa ba sa fela.
Because what you receive here, you can receive it at the end of the month
O
and it
ka
may
nna wa
be
se
finished.
thola o ntso kula.
You can receive it while you are sick.
And then o ka nna wa se thola ho ntso se monate ntlo.
You can receive it while it is not a nice place
O
to
ka nna wa
stay
se
in at home.
thola ho se monate.
You can receive it while you are not
But
enjoying
ona
yourself.
moputso o thola o le thabile ka ho sa feleng.
But this reward, you receive it while you are
Now,
joyful
batho
through
ba
eternity.
phelang lefatsheng ba sa tsebeng sephiri seo.
Now, the people that are staying on earth that do not know that secret,
Or ba sa senohelwang ke sephiri seo.
or that do not have the revelation of that
Ha
secret,
ba sebeletsa modimo ba mo sebeletsa ka matsoho a tepeletseng. Ba sa tsebe na ba sebeletsa eng.
when they serve God with hands that are weak without knowing how
Ha
they
ba
should
sebetse
serve.
ka matla a bona kaofela.
They do not work with all their strength
Because they don't have the understanding ya gore na mosebetsi o patala ha kae.
because they do not have the understanding of how much of a reward that
Mosebetsi o
work gives.
mokgwa o patalang ka ona.
The manner in which that work
O
gives
fa
the reward.
monyetla wa gore o ska bona lerwele ka ho sa feleng.
It gives you the opportunity not to see dust through eternity.
O fa monyetla wa go tsamaya hodima gold eternity.
It gives you the opportunity to walk upon gold through eternity.
Moputso o fa monyetla wa gore o se hlole o bona skontiri ka mahlo a hao.
That reward gives you the opportunity not to see the tar road with your own eyes.
O se ke wa hlola o utlwa bohloko nameng gobane ha o sana nama o phela moyeng.
Not to be even feeling pain on your flesh because you won't be living on the flesh
O
but in the
fa
spirit.
monyetla wa go bona modimo haholo ntso mmona.
It gives you the opportunity to see more
So
of God.
anything eo motho a e etsetsang Modimo,
So anything that one does for
or a
God,
sebeletsa Modimo,
or the one that serves God,
o ntse a sebeletsa moputso.
that person is serving for
Le
a reward.
haiba mona mohlomong ho sa thwe o entse hantle,
Even if here they won't pat your back,
but kwana moputso wa teng o moholo haholo.
but up there the reward is much greater.
Kore o moholo to an extent wa gore ha o kgone go hlaloseha.
It is much greater to an extent that you cannot explain it.
Dintho tseo o di rapellang, tseo o di bonang ka tumelo, o di bona ka mahlo, o sa di rapelle.
The things that you pray for, that you see through faith, you see them with your own eyes without praying for them.
Jwale o phela ka ho sa feleng moo.
Now you live forevermore there.
And then ha ho sa le bohloko, ha ho sa le ntho e nngwe le e nngwe e bohloko moo.
There is nothing painful, there is nothing hurting
So
there.
anything that you handle mona lefatsheng,
So anything that you handle here
iba o
on earth,
sebeletsa Modimo le haeba e bonahala le nyane,
even when you serve God, even if it seems
but
to
o
be
e sebetsa
little,
ka pelo ya hao yohle,
but you serve Him with your whole heart.
o tla bona ha o fitla hae hore na o no ntso etsang.
You will see when you get home on what you were doing.
So ntho eo
So that thing,
ke o Satane a sa e batleng haholo.
that is what the devil is against. more.
Maybe e re ke explain gore na why.
Maybe let me explain hobane.
Before e ba Satane,
Before he was the
o ne
devil,
a serva Modimo.
he was serving God.
O nana le diletsa tse ding tse reng ha a di letsa a khumamela Modimo ne le yena fela na le ntho tse.
He had musical instruments that when he
So
plays them,
o
he was
tseba gore
worshiping
na ke
God.
ntho e monate ha kae go sebeletsa Modimo.
He knows how much pleasant it is
And
to
o
serve
tseba gore
God.
na how rewardful is.
And o tseba hore moputso wa teng o moholo ha
O tseba
kakang.
gore na ke ntho e kae o na le tsebo.
He knows what type or
So
kind of a thing he has
anybody
the
ya
knowledge.
sebeletsa Modimo
So anybody that serves
o
God,
tshwantse a mo eme ka pele.
that person must serve him.
No, Satan o tshwantse a mo eme ka pele.
The devil must try to stop that
Hobane
person
o a tseba gore na ke eng ntho.
because he knows what that is.
And o a tseba ha ho thwe Modimo wa rewarda ke eng.
And he knows that when they say God is the
So
rewarder,
the
what
devil
is
doesn't
that?
want that.
So Satan ha batle ntho eno.
So when you serve God, ho na le dintho tseo a tla di tlisa.
So when you serve God, there are such
Ho
things
senya
that he will
ntho
bring
eo hobane o a tseba na e etsang.
to destroy that thing because he knows what it does.
Now, re sheba haholo ka jeko gore na o sebetsa jwang takaleng.
Now we are going to look more on how does he operate.
Ha o bala mona hangata ke buka e re balang ene ke kgaolo eo re ratang haholo.
Most of the time it's a book that we read and it is the chapter that
And
we love
re
more.
utlwisisa haholo ha re na le mahlomola.
And we understand it more when we are going through afflictions.
And then ha e rerwa re rata haholo go iletsetsa diphala ena.
And when it has been preached, we love.
And ena ke nngwe ya di temana kapa e nngwe ya di kgaolo tse ratwang mo Kristeng.
And this is one of the verses or chapters that are loved in
Ena ha o ka e
Christianity.
bala motho wa letsietsing o tswa a thabile a thabetse morena.
This one, when you read it while somebody is going through affliction, they come out
But
rejoicing
they
unto
don't know
the
the
Lord.
root of this one.
Empa ha ba tsebe the root of
That
this
is
one.
why we must deal with it today carefully.
That is why we must deal with it today carefully.
Ha o e bala,
When you read it,
ha o checka hantle mo.
when you check carefully here,
Nebukadnezar o ile a etsa setshwantsho.
Nebuchadnezzar made an image.
And then ho yena ho etsa setshwantsho
For him to make an image,
ke ntho e tlwaelehileng Babylona because ho sebeletswa medimo.
it is a usual thing in Babylon because they serve idols.
So anytime a ka tsoa fela a re ke batla ho etsa setshwantsho ha o go khungwangwe.
So anytime he can just wake up and say, I want to make an image, let people
Anytime
worship
o
it.
ka nna etsuwa ntho enngwe o tsoang fela go thwe ha re e sebeletseng.
Anytime they can do anything that they just wake up and
Because
say, let's serve it.
Nebuchadnezzar
Because
ha a
Nebuchadnezzar,
tsebe modimo wa mahodimo.
he does not know the God of the
But ho
heavens.
na le ntho Nebuchadnezzar a ile a etsa e ke kopang re hlahlobe.
But there's something that Nebuchadnezzar did which I want us to
Which is
examine.
very important. It will help us before re tla mona.
Which is of importance. It will help us before
Ke
we come here.
chapter 1 verse 3 and 4 re shebe.
Chapter 1 from verse 3 and 4. And the king spake unto Ashpenaz,
Yes.
the master of his eunuchs,
Yes.
that he should bring certain of the children of Israel,
Yes.
and of the king's seed, and of the princes, children in whom was no blemish, but well favored and skillful
Now
in all wisdom.
Nebuchadnezzar o tshwantse e be le motho ya tsebang go bala history ya dinaga tse ding.
Now Nebuchadnezzar, he should be one of the people that is able to read
Or
the
ya
history
tsebang
of
go
other
elellwa
nations.
matla le bofokodi ba ditšhaba tse ding.
Or that is able to realize the strength and the weakness of other
And then
nations.
jwale ha se a capturile Israel
Now when he has captured
kapa a
Israel,
fihlile Jerusalem,
or when he has reached
ntho
Jerusalem,
e etsang ha o ka e hlahloba moo
what he does, if you can examine
o
it there,
kgetha batho ba boreneng,
he chooses the king's seed,
not anybody else.
not just anybody.
Ha hloke motho e mong le e mong, o batla ba phahameng.
He doesn't need any common person. He wants the ones
Because
that are of
haeba
high.
motho a le boemong boo,
Because when one is of
o
that
tla mo
standard,
tswela molemo mosebetsing wa hae.
that person will be benefited
But
to
haeba
his
motho
work.
eo a sena letho,
But if that person doesn't
or
have
a sena
anything,
mokgwa wa borena le ho hong o important,
or that person is not of royalty or
ha
something of importance,
important mmusong wa Nebuchadnezzar.
that person is not an important person in the kingdom of Nebuchadnezzar.
Ya utlwa like. Ya utlwa like. Nebuchadnezzar ha batle motho ya ntse a tsamaya mane fela.
Nebuchadnezzar doesn't want just anybody that walks
Kgetho ya
there.
hae e important.
His picking is of importance.
O kgetha le difahlego gore na di jwang.
He chooses even the faces of
O
what time.
kgetha le gore na ha bana blaming-nyana ho bona na.
He chooses whether they do not have a
O
blemish
batla
on
ntho
them.
e ntle e tswang moo.
He wants a wonderful,
You see?
beautiful thing that is
Now
done
the
there.
devil ha sebetsa,
When the devil works,
ha batle motho fela a ntse a tsamaya mane.
he doesn't want just anybody that is walking out
O batla
there.
batho ba important.
He wants the important people.
Because ke bona batho bao a ka ba sebedisang.
Because those are the people that he can
O
use.
batla batho bao ho na le ntho eo ba ka e etsang.
He wants people that can have
Ba
something
ka
that can do
addang
something
value.
that would add the value.
Ya utlwala ke re. Now the devil works ka tsela e tshwanang.
Now the devil works in the same manner.
O batla batho ba tsebang gore na a ka ba sebedisa kae.
He wants people that he would know
Then
where
ha
to use
qala a
them.
checka batho bao a ba batlang.
When he starts checking on those people
O
that
tla
he
checka
wants,
batho ba sebeletsang modimo.
he will check on the people that are serving
Then o
God.
sebetsa ka matla a hae kaofela o wina batho bao.
And he works with all his power to win
And
such
ha
people.
kgathale ho latella batho bao.
And he doesn't get tired to
Because
follow those
ha
people.
hona gore a ka ba tlohella.
Because there's no way that he
Because
can leave
ha
them
ba
alone.
thotse o tla tseba gore mosebetsi wa hae wa tia.
Because when he has found them, he will know
So
that his work is
mosebetsi wa ba
established.
Nebuchadnezzar
Now, in the work of
o
Nebuchadnezzar,
tla tia ha na le batho bana ba ba
he
Juda.
will be established when he has these people that are Jews.
Hara batho kaofela
Amongst all the other
o
people,
batla bana ba ba
he
Juda.
wants these ones that are
Because
Jews.
bana ba ba Juda ba important.
Because these ones that are Jews
And o
are of
batla ba level
importance.
e phahameng.
And he wants those that are of a
So
higher
ntho ke
level.
batlang re e shebe mona ke hore
So what I want us to look at
Watch
here
out
is
how
that
is it something.
watch out when you serve God.
O teng listing ko di heleng ya ba batlwa.
You are there in the list in hell of the people that are wanted.
Every time ha Satan a bua o ntsa re,
Every time when the devil speaks, he
ha
says,
le ka ntholla yane ya se hlahlo a etsa ntho e itseng.
if you can find that one that is
La
doing such
boela
a thing,
ntholla yane ke tla be ke le alright.
and again find another one,
Because o
I
batla
will be
o
okay.
eta value mmusong wa di hele.
Because he wants to add the value in the kingdom
Motho
of
ya
God.
se na ntho a e etsang kerekeng.
A person that doesn't do anything
Ya
at church,
futhumatsang setulo
the
fela.
one that just warms up their church,
Ha ba thui ka mokgwa o tshwanang le wa sebetsang.
they are not wanted like the one that is serving.
That is why batho ba tshwenyang e le batho ba servang.
That is why the problematic people are the ones that are
E le
serving.
bona bo tla kry-a ba na le ntho tse ngata. Why?
Those are the people that you will find having
Ba
many
ntse
things.
ba
Why?
batlwa ka nqane.
They are wanted on the other side.
Hallelujah. Ya utlwala ke. Ya utlwala ke. Re ke ipete. Ba ntse ba batlwa.
They are wanted.
Now, ha ba sa tsebe gore ba ntse ba batlwa,
If they do not know that they are wanted,
ba tlo ba relaxed until ba fumanwa.
they will be relaxed up until
And
they are
then ba
found.
be ba eta value mmusong wa di hele.
And then they will add value in the kingdom of hell.
Hello. Wa utlwala ke? Now, how can check a moody kerekeng or anywhere else?
If you can look at churches or anywhere
Batho
else,
ba boemo bo phahame mo kerekeng.
the people that are of
Ha
high,
ho batho ba sokodisang jwalo ka ba.
there are no problematic people
Because
like
they
those ones.
don't know gore
Because ha ba tsebe hore
ba eta value ka mane.
they add the value on the other side.
Ha ba ka ba tholwa,
If they can be found.
batho ba sebeletsang ka hara kereke ba etsa anything.
All the people that serve in the church
Ba
that do
kgona gore ba
anything,
sokodise
they can be problematic
ka baka la gore
because
ha ba tsebe gore ba listing ke list number 1.
they do not know they are on the top of the list.
Because ba batlwa.
Because they are wanted.
Nebukadnezar o batla batho bana.
Nebuchadnezzar is seeking
Ha e
after
le
these people.
bafutsana bona,
If it is the poor,
ba o tlo ba sia Jerusalem ha ba hloke mo.
he will leave them in Jerusalem. He
O
doesn't need
batla
them
ba
here.
etang value
He wants those that add the value.
in his kingdom.
Ka hara kingdom ya hae.
In his kingdom.
Ka hare ha kingdom
So
ya
ke
hae.
re tsebang ka Jerusalem.
Now what we know about
Ha
Jerusalem,
qeta o tlola Jerusalem,
after he conquered
o ile a sia
Jerusalem,
bafutsana le batho ba senang niks mo.
he left the poor and all the
Anka
people
ba
that do not have
important
anything.
le bona
He
Jerusalem.
took the important
And
people
ha
and took
qeta
them
a ba
to
hlwaya re ba
Babylon.
yane le yane ke a matla.
And then he chose certain people and said, that and that and that one I want.
Daniel.
And when he chose Daniel,
O tseba hore o kgethile ntho e thata.
you must know that you have chosen
Then
a
o
person.
tseba jwang hore Daniel o important.
Well, how does he know that Daniel is important?
Ha so ka a tseba.
He does not know yet.
But wa tseba hore ba boreneng.
But he knows that the ones of the royalty,
Meaning o bile le homework ya hae hantle.
meaning he did his homework
Wa
very
tseba
well.
hore ba profeta ba bangata ba tholwa boreneng.
He knows that a lot of prophets, they are found
Ebile wa
in
tseba hore ba
royalty.
tholwa ba priesteng.
And he knows that they are found in the priesthood.
But batho ba important ke bana ba boreneng.
But the ones that are important are ones from royalty.
Ke bona bao a ba batlang.
Those are the ones
Now,
that
ha
he is seeking
Bibele
after.
e re,
When the Bible says
re marena le ba priesta.
we are royal priesthood,
Ho bolela hore Satan
it means that the
o
devil,
ntse a batlana le marena.
he is after the kings.
Ke bona batho bao a ba batlang.
Those are the people that he's after,
High and low.
high and low.
Because ke batla re utlwisise hape taba e reng.
Because I want us to understand again
Ha
the
re
issue that
sebeletse
says
motho.
we do not serve a person.
Re sebeletsa Modimo ya ka hodimo-dimo.
We serve the God that is
Now,
much
ka baka la hore re
higher.
sebeletsa Modimo ya ka hodimo-dimo.
Because we serve the high God.
The devil wants people ba ka hodimo-dimo.
The devil wants people
Okay.
that are in high position.
Meaning,
Ho bolela hore
rank ya rona
our
ha re pholoswa e ntse phahame.
when we become born again, it's
So
lifted
ha batle
up.
batho ba tlase.
So he doesn't want the people that are of low standard.
So o tlo etsa jwang?
So how am I going to do it?
No. The devil o tlo etsa jwang Satan?
So how will the devil do it?
O tlo batla dintho tse re di bitsang di loophole.
He will want things that we called loopholes.
And o tlo etsa di loophole until menyako.
He will open loopholes or open doors up
Menyako.
until
O tlo bula menyako.
he will open doors
Mo a tla kena teng.
where he will come in.
E reng ke le thuse hanyane.
Let me scare you just a bit.
Ho na le batho ba seng aware.
There are people that are not
Ba se ba
aware
pholositse ntse ba sebeletsa Modimo.
while they are born again and
Ba
serving
sa tsebe
God.
hore e se le di agent.
They don't know that they are agents.
Ho na le batho ba seng aware hore ke di agent already.
There are people that are not aware that they are already agents.
Ha Satan a batla ho hlasela mo kerekeng eo.
When the devil wants to
Wa
attack
tseba
that
hore na
church,
ke bo mang bao a ka ba sebedisang.
he knows the type of people that he
Batho
can
bao
use.
le ha ba se aware.
Even though those people are not aware,
Hanya bona
their argument,
dintho tse ba di etsang hore mosebetsi o tsamaye butle.
the things that they do to slow down the work.
Ha batla hore o tsamaye slow,
If he wants the work to be slow,
o a tseba hore na o tla thetsa mang a tla etsa hore o tsamaye slow.
he knows who to touch to make the work to be
Ha
slow.
batla hore ho be le dikgohlano
If he wants to
hara
make
team ya sebetsa,
conflict,
o a tseba na ke mang a tla mo penya.
he amongst the team that is working, he
So-
knows who to point at.
Ho ho bolela hore
That means that.
are you aware hore jwale o a tseba hore na agent ya ke mang?
Are you aware that he
So
knows who
a re
his
hlalose
agent
na
is?
agent ke eng?
Let us explain what an
Haeba
agent
ke le
is.
agent e sebeletsang company e itseng,
If I am an agent that is serving another
ba
company,
tseba hore na ke specialist a kaeng mo ke etsa eng.
they know my speciality on what
And
I
then
am
ke tlo
doing.
sebetsa as agent ho rekisa kapa ho etsa mosebetsi o.
I will work as an
Yes,
agent
yes.
or to sell or to
And
do
ho
that
thusa
work
that company.
and to help that
Le haeba
company.
ke le boemong bo bong tulong e nngwe,
Even if I am in
but
another
I'm
place,
still an agent.
but I am
So
still
the
an agent.
agent of the devil,
But the agent of the
ya
devil,
tsebang ho tlisa ntho eo Satana a e batlang at any time.
it's a person that is able to bring what the devil wants at any time.
So ha batla hore
So if he wants that,
o batla ho kgathatsa matla batho ba bang,
if he wants to
o na
weaken
le
other
motho wa
people,
hae a le influential,
he has his own person that
ya
is
fitlang a mo sebela
influential,
fela a re ho yena,
that he will come and say to that
wa bona
person,
mo le sebediswa jwang.
do you know how you
And then
serving me?
motho o sa bolella batho ba bang,
And that person will then speak to
unaware
other
hore
people,
e se le agent already.
unaware that that person is an
Thinking
agent
that taba
already,
eo ne le mohopolo kante ha se mohopolo.
thinking that it was just a thought, but it wasn't.
Because Satan o sebedisa batho ba sebetsang.
Because the devil uses the people that serve.
Motho ana
This person
ke agent mare e rapelang.
is an agent, but that is prayerful.
Ke agent mare e fastang.
Is an agent that is fasting.
Ke agent e etsang ntho tsohle mara ha we.
Is an agent that is doing everything, but
Every
that
time o
person
tla
is
etsa
not aware.
ntho eo Satana e batlang.
Every time that person will do that which the devil wants.
Haeba neng Satan a batla go kgathatsa batho ka fasting.
If the devil wants to weaken people
O
in
tla
fasting,
pinya motho ya mo tsebang fela re ho neng re fasta.
the devil will pick somebody that he knows
A
that
re, ho neng re
the
fasta,
person will
banna,
say,
ho neng re
you've
fasta."
been fasting for so long.
That person
Motho o,
o bua ka fasting hampe ho batho ba tshwantseng ho fasta le a utlwa.
he speaks bad about fasting to the people that are supposed to fast.
Haeba a batla hore batho ba se ka nehela.
If he doesn't want people
Wa
to
tseba na
give,
ke mang ya ka mo penyang.
he knows who to pick.
Hore motho eo a tla bue ntho e nngwe a re se re sotleile ko re a tseba hore ona no mo penya fela then o jwetsa batho.
That person will say, we are now poor. If he presses
And
that person will tell
o
people.
pengwa mosebetsing wa bo agent o itseng.
And that person will be placed in the serving of an agent of a
So
certain time.
meaning
Ho bolela hore,
when you serve God,
ha o sebeletsa Modimo,
e ba total ho Modimo o ska fetoa an agent.
be totally unto God. Do not turn on being an agent.
Hallelujah. Mokgwa o Satan ya sebetsang ka ona.
The manner in which the devil
O
works,
sebedisa maqheka.
he uses schemes.
Ha sebedise dintho tse re di tlwaetseng.
He doesn't use things that
Se re
we are
tlo
used
bona
to.
hantle hore mona ke Satan a etsang nthwena.
That which we will see that
So
this
o
is
tla
the devil
sebedisa
doing this.
maqheka.
He will then use
Mme se
schemes.
re tseba hore na o ile a etsa jwang ho Eva.
Now we know how he worked on Eve.
Ha a tla ka dikanono tsa diheleng.
He didn't come with the chariots of
Fihlile
hell.
fela a mmotsa a re Modimo o itseng.
He just came and asked him, what did God
Modimo o
say?
itse re se ke re ja difate re se ka
He
ja.
said, God said we should eat
Ya ba
at
o re
all the
fela o
other
re
trees, but not.
Modimo o tsebile hore le tla hlalefa le be jwalo ka Modimo.
Then he said, God knew that you will be wise
Immediately
like
motho
him.
ena ke a buleha mahlo.
Immediately this person's eyes were opened.
And then yaba Eva o sentse a ya sefateng.
Then Eve went to the tree.
Ha a tsebe hore ntho ena ya e etsang
She didn't know that this thing that she's
e kotsi ho
doing,
feta bokotsi.
it is more dangerous than the word
The
dangerous.
tricks of the devil o sebedisa di-tricks.
He uses tricks.
Now ha ho lwa le Satan,
Now, when you fight
ha o
with the devil,
lwane ka matla.
you do not fight with
O
strength.
lwana ka le Satan wa di-tricks.
You fight with the devil with tricks.
Ya utlwala ke. Hey, ka nako nngwe ha batho ba mo lwantsha, mare ke a e rata. Ha ba mo lwantsha ba re
Sometimes
Ka
when
wena
people
Satan
fight
though.
against him, they do
ha
that.
o motle.
No, you do not hit him.
Ha ntse o mo hita ka di-face, o re
When
ka
you
di-face,
hit him and give him
o tla fela ka
faces,
kelellong a fihla a re mara
he comes in your mind and says, but
o kile ka nahana ntho e itseng.
have you thought of a certain thing?
So ha o sa tsebe gore o sebedisa di-tricks
So if you don't know that he
and
uses
o
tricks
sebedisa maka,
and he uses lies,
o ka se ke wa tseba gore ke Satan.
you will not know that he's the devil.
Then wa tseba gore
Then he knows that
ha batla gore di-ashara di ke di ferekane,
if he wants to bring
o tseba ha
confusion
tsena
in
ke mang ya
ushers,
tla mo penya fela.
he knows who to press.
Ha batla gore a tla ferekanya di-worshipers,
If he wants to
o tseba
confuse
hantle hore na
worshippers,
ke mang a ka mo penyang.
he knows who to press.
And wa tseba gore e mong a ka etsa fela gore e be ya kwatang.
And he knows that one will be
And then
quickly
a tle a
angered.
kwatile fela, ha a kwatile batho kaofela ba se ba le off.
And when that person is angry, all the
O
people are
sebetsa
off.
mosebetsi wa bo-agent.
That person is working the work of an agent.
Unaware.
Asa elelwe.
Agent. Wa tseba gore ha ka mo sebetsa ntse a
The devil knows that if they can work on that person while they're at home doing this and that to that person, that person, when they come with their nose up there. If the nose is up there, knowing that if this one can, all the people will be troubled. He knows that people will not worship God because they are troubled on high type of a person is this. That devil will not use a person that is of no help. He uses the person that eyes are upon.
So immediately
when that person is doing that is why the devil works like this. If a trusted person is doing something, he stands on the side. And people will then do, oh, what a terrible thing. He stands on the side and says, oh.
But a
lot of people that have backslidden, they have backslidden because of some leaders that have disappointed them because the devil made them to do that. Because he uses leaders. Leaders. So you hear a person saying, I'm letting on. How can this person do this? Well, how can this person do this?
You must be careful.
You must be careful of your nose when you have put it in your forehead when you go to church. You must be worried if you are not an agent. He knows when he wants you to sleep. Who will be, when he wants the church to sleep, he knows that this one I will give that person an anointing of sleeping and then all will sleep. He knows that when he wants people to sleep in church, who to press. Now here he made an image. May we look at this matter. This image, it was well prepared. It was professional. He doesn't do something that is of a, he is doing a professional thing.
And then
he calls upon people that are leaders. He doesn't call all the people but the leaders. Then Nebuchadnezzar the king sent to gather together the princes, the governors.
Princess. What is the princess?
King, a prince.
Huh? King, princess king. Princess. What to princess? What to princess?
Princes.
Yeah. The Hosanna.
Princes.
Not anybody fella.
Not anybody that is going to fetch water. This person is not allowed in this image.
You don't come go see Nebuchadnezzar.
You don't come in the image that has been made by Nebuchadnezzar. If you are just somebody that is just walking out there.
etsiwa ditshwantsho ha Nebukadnezar wa kgetho wa phikwa.
When they make images
Number one,
in
princess.
Nebuchadnezzar,
Hurry.
princes,
Yes. And
the
then-
governors,
Ayo. Ho kgethwa ntho tse thata tse reng ha di hlaha o bone hore ya mo Satane wena we o kgethwa Nebukadnezar tshwantsho sena sa hae ha se hloke batho ba putswa fela se hloka batho ba ha ba hlaha ba tlo khumama kore o etsa setshwantsho sena ho tle ba di shutu monna batho ba re ha ba hlaha ba tshware di cell phone ba di tloele ba etse WhatsApp ba re hanyane ba re Facebook ba re ba tla setshwantsho.
the people that are of high standards to come to their image.
Nebukadnezar ha ba ke motho fela o batla ba reng ha tsamaya ka koloi ene re
He wants the people that when they drive their cars, they drive cars with a lot of exhaust. They go to the image. People that come to the image. Those are the people that come to the image. They are made to bow down, to bow to the image.
Number 3,
NLT. Then he sent messages to the high officers, officials, governors, advisors, treasurers.
How got to get treasurer?
If one can be called a treasurer, it is a person that pays people. He doesn't just pick anybody. Here they are going to worship the image. They check whether you are the one that picks the papers. You are not the one of the image.
Hello? No.
The ones of the image, you will see them. There are others, they have a chest. They even do hairstyles. They wake up in the morning too. They put makeup on. They are going to the image today. They wake up early in the morning. Nebuchadnezzar says, when they hear musical instruments, they don't just play any musical instrument, but special musical instruments. They do not choose. They chose the things of Babylon. The ones that when they are played, one will feel that the knee must go down. Judges, magistrates, and all the provincial officials. This image is of the leaders, the rulers. Yeah, a person that comes to an image. When they come, you look at the type of cars. Those are the type that come to the image. The ones that a jeep, you must know that they go to the image. They came to worship the image.
Because ha motho a se boemong bo phahameng ha no bontsha hore setshwantsho sena se important.
Because if one is not of a high position, that person wants more.
Important to Nebuchadnezzar. O kgetha batho ba important.
To show that this thing was important to Nebuchadnezzar, he chose important people.
Amen. How amen? How amen? Who was saloning ho lo lokiswa meriri?
They go to the salon to do their hair for the image. And one will say, next week we are going to the image. You see their foreheads shining. You see people cutting their hair, they are preparing. And Shadrach, Meshach were also part of that. Because they were also rulers of other places. The reason why they came there, they came because they were also rulers. They came because they were rulers and they must be part of the image.
Meaning, Satan, how bona
when you see when it is so hard, they don't just pick anybody when they worship the image. The greatest rich people on earth, they are the worshippers of idols. I was at the garage just a few days ago, and I was putting petrol. Next door, there's somebody that is also putting petrol. I don't know that car's exhaust, how many are there. That person is there looking at me wanting to greet. The t-shirt that he had on was of the Satanist.
Exactly. A Satanist.
A Satanist, exactly. The one that shows at the back and in front that this person is a Satanist. When that person left there, the car, everybody was looking at the sound of the car. 1, 2, 3, the devil does not just look at any person. But those people, they do not bother the devil like the Christians. No.
They wanted
to come on the other side. When they say one Christian has backslidden, they make a big feast. The dance is for the whole night. They dance over one Christian. The man that I took the anointing from, the day he died, it was said the dance that was danced there, it was dangerous. And when they realized that there was something that happened there, the party went off immediately. And they said, this one is much more younger and it's a problem.
Because one person
Hobane motho ya
ya
le mong,
phahame mmusong wa Modimo
or that is of a high standard in the
Ha
kingdom of
ishwa.
God, when that person
ke
dies,
jaife o etsuwa mekete kaofela.
it is a dance and they make parties all day.
They are the influencers
They are the influencers
mo lefatsheng mo.
here on earth.
Hello. So nthe o jang hona jwale
So what is bothering you right now?
ke tlhalosa
Can I explain it?
go batla o khumamele ntwe.
They want you to bow down to this thing.
Mme o sona le ba khumameng.
And there are those that are worshippers.
No, ba seng ba khumame.
The ones that have already bowed down.
Anything you e etsang e le kgahlano le Modimo o sebeletsa mmuso o mong. Write it down.
Anything that you do that is against God, you are serving another kingdom.
And the devil is happy hampe.
And the devil is very happy.
Ooh, hallelujah. Now, more setshwantshong sena
Now, here in this image,
se tlo khumamelwa
the one that
top
they are going
people
to
ba ne ba
bow
shebilwe
to,
moo.
top people were expected
Ke
there.
Shadraka, Meshach le Abednego.
It is Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego.
There was e ne le bona batho ba top.
Those were the top
Bao di
people.
hele di reng kajeko ke ba thotse.
That which hell said, today
Ke
we
batla
have found him.
khumame ba Juda.
We want the Jews to bow down
Ba ke ba khumamele setshwantsho.
so that they must bow to
Because
the image.
Modimo ha batle
Because God doesn't want
ba Juda ba khumamele setshwantsho or modingwana o mong.
the Jews to bow down to any image or any idol. And all the provincial officials to come to the dedication of the statue.
Provincial.
Provincial officials
Yes.
to come to the dedication of the statue he had set up.
Statue sena ha se batle batho fela.
This statue doesn't want just any people.
Anytime or nako enngwe le enngwe
Anytime
the devil o batla moena o i-one to bow.
the devil wants one
Mahlo
Christian to bow.
kaofela a na shebile batho ba bararo fela, ha ra batho ba bangata.
All the eyes were concentrating on 3 people amongst all the others.
3 people
Batho ba
The
bararo,
Jews.
the Jews.
to bow.
Hore ba khumame.
Ho shejule ba Kriste hore ba
They
khumame ke mmuso wa
were
dihele.
looking at the Christians to bow by the kingdom of
A
darkness.
na o tlo bapala di-rules tseo Satana batlang ho di bapala.
Are you going to play on the rules that the devil wants you to play on?
Listen to this.
Mamela tabena.
Every day
Letsatsi le letsatsi.
o shebile move o mong le o mong o tsamayang.
He is looking at each and every move that you make.
Le ha o rapela o emella mang?
Even when you pray, he stands there.
Ntho tsa di emella mang?
All his things will stand there.
Di re, wa rapela, eh?
They say this person prays. Ne?
Re tla mmona hosane.
We will see that person tomorrow
Ha etsa WhatsApp.
when they are on WhatsApp. We will check that person.
Ntho Satane a e shebileng ke maoto a motho ya leader gore na a tsamaya ho kae.
What the devil is looking at is
Mo
the feet
ke
of the
diketso,
leader,
mo ke diketso.
the actions of a
Ha
leader.
tshwenyeha motho a ntse a re, Modimo o botle, Modimo
He's
ke
not
o."
bothered when one says God is wonderful and that person cries
A ba wefatse,
and falls down
ba be ba mo nke.
and they carry the
Not that ke
person.
ntho e wrong.
Not that that is a wrong
O
thing.
batla fela ha a tsamaya hore
That
ho
person
etsang.
wants when that person walks on what happened.
What this person does.
Ke eng seo motho ona a se etsang?
Ba katile hore na o khumamela mang.
They are watching on who is this person bowing down to.
Bala ngwana.
So all the officials came and stood before the statue King Nebuchadnezzar had set up. Then a herald shouted out, "People of all races and nations and languages, listen to the king's command. When you hear the
Listen
sound,
to the king's command.
listen to the king's command.
Wow. Eh? Nebuchadnezzar. Earring.
When you hear the sound of the horn, the flute, the zither, they didn't bring the old ones. They brought the things of Babylon.
At that time, Babylon was an empire.
At that time, Babylon was an empire. What is dangerous is that these three men, they have nobody to ask help for. It is over with them. They choose new instruments. The instruments are shining when they come. They are not just played by anybody. They bowing down there.
The question would be,
Potso ke ena,
ha e sale o sebeletsa Modimo,
ever since you've been serving God,
ke sefeng setshwantsho seo se khumametseng?
what image have you bowed down to?
Wow.
What image is it? When you hear the sound of the horn,
Yes.
the flute, the zither, the lure, the harp, the pipes, and other musical instruments
Yes.
bow to the ground to
How
worship
to
King
add
Nebuchadnezzar.
musical instrument. Ho bolela hore ke tse ding tse ngata tse sa kore ho ngata haholo ho sa tshwanelang ho bolela one by one.
And when they say other musical instruments,
Yes.
it means it's a lot of instruments that are not counted individually.
And di letswa ke batho ba bangata.
And they were played by a lot of people.
Jwale ho khumamelwa setshwantsho.
So they are bowing to this statue.
The question ke,
Potso is this:
mosebetsi wa Satan e ne le eng?
what was the work of the devil?
Hela, hela le ara, e ne le eng? Eh? E le eng? Eh? Batho ba Satan ya ba sebedisang haholo ke ba feng?
The people that the devil uses more.
Se ka la iketsa batho ba ka reng ha
What
le tsebe
type of
ditaba.
people? Don't pretend as if you don't
Ke ba e ba etsa
know.
jwang?
What type of people?
Eh?
What type of people?
Ba etsa jwang?
What type of people?
Ba etsa jwang?
What type of people?
Ba etsa jwang? Kore ha o noe hantle o hloka diletsa.
When they have drank, they need musical instruments.
Diletsa di bapala karolo e kgolo mmusong wa dihele.
The musical instruments, they play a great part in the kingdom of hell.
Khumaelwa setshwantsho wa letswa.
They bow to the statue, they play them.
Ho na le mo ke fetang teng, ha batho ba mono ha ba tau.
There's a place that I pass, those people, they
Ba beha speaker ka ntle ba etsa.
they put the speakers outside and they do this.
Ha ke feta hona tje ha ke a
When I pass right now,
bona ngwana mokana a ntsa.
I just saw a small child doing that. I don't know the dance, what to call the dance that child was dancing.
Diletsa
They play musical instruments
hore ho khuma.
for them to bow down,
Khumaelwa setshwantsho.
to bow
And there is a
unto the
mood.
image.
Ho letswa eng baina?
What are they
Diletsa.
playing?
Ho etsuwa.
What do they do?
Ho khumaelwa setshwantsho.
They bow down to the image.
Tswela pele mama. No so ketile mo.
Bow to the ground to worship King Nebuchadnezzar's
Ai,
gold
ai, ewa ke
statue.
tsebe, NLT-le. E re, oh, e bue go utlwa ho thwe e etsa jwang?
Bow to the ground to worship.
Kore, ha ba khumame ka mokgwa wa ho khumama tje.
They don't bow
Ho ya
in
ka
a
Bibele,
manner like
kore,
that.
o khumame o bo botle ka sefahlego.
You must bow to the ground.
And ha o sa o tle ka sefahlego ho ya ka mokgwa o ke utlwa ka teng.
And if you don't bow to the
Ha wa
ground,
khumama.
you did not bow.
Ha re ka re ka mona re khumamele Modimo.
If we can say in here we should
Hona jwale.
worship God, bow down to God.
Ke ntse ke khumamele Modimo.
I've been saying we
Ha re
must
ka- ha re
worship God.
khumame,
Let's bow
o mo
down.
khumama ka ho tule le leng.
One will
Hona,
bow
ho
with
thwe,
one feet.
o
One
khumame.
leg. Here they say they
What
must
like
bow
a sefahlego?
to the ground. You must put your face on the ground.
Now, jo bana ke kopa re baleng 16. From 16 to 26.
Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego replied, O Nebuchadnezzar, we do not need to defend ourselves before you. If we are thrown into the blazing furnace,
Ha re tlohele eo. Verse 12. I love verse 12. Blessed.
but there are some Jews, Shadrach, Meshach,
Ah!
and Abednego,
That is what-
whom you have put in charge of the province of Babylon.
Yes.
They pay no attention to you, your majesty. They refuse to serve your gods and do not worship the gold statue.
Batho ba bang ba ya ho Nebuchadnezzar. Problem ya ka setshwantshong se.
Other people, they went to Nebuchadnezzar. The problem
Ha
with the
ho-
statue,
ha ke ntse ke e badisisa, ha ho tlwale Nebuchadnezzar yena a khumama.
as I read it carefully, I don't see
And ha ho
Nebuchadnezzar bowing
tlwale
down.
karo teng mo.
And I don't see him being part of all this.
Ho khumamelwa setshwantsho yena ha se khumamele.
They bowing to the statue and he doesn't bow.
O etsetsa batho ntho a sa e etseng yena.
That person will do what they don't do.
Oh, o re ba khumame yena a sa khumame.
That person says they must bow, and while the person doesn't bow.
No, Nebuchadnezzar.
While Nebuchadnezzar doesn't
O re
bow.
ho khumame yena ha a khumame.
He says they must bow, but he doesn't bow.
Oh, ha a khumame.
Or he doesn't bow.
Okay, ha a khumame.
Okay, he doesn't.
Now, batho bana
Now these people,
ba bua ka Bajuda.
they speak about the Jews.
ha motho a itseba.
When a person knows himself or herself,
Ke ntho e ke batlang re e hlokomela.
this is what I want us to take note of.
Motho e le mokreste e le moetapele o tshwanetse a tsebe di-guideline tsa hae.
A
Mo a
person
fellang teng.
that is a Christian or a leader, they should know their guidelines where they end.
And then ha ho ka mokgwa a ka tsebang ka teng.
There is no way that they can know
Unless motho a tseba ditaba tsa hahabo.
unless that person knows the matters of their homeland.
Ntho Satane a etsang ke gore batho ba ska tseba tabo tsa habo bona.
What the devil does is to make people not to know the matters of
Gore
their
ba tsebe
homeland.
ditaba tse ba sa ba ameng.
To know matters that are not of
And
their
ditaba tseo tse
benefit.
sa ba ameng.
And those matters that they
Ebe
are
tsone
not
tseo ba ba di
benefiting from,
mathelang ho feta tse ba amang.
those are the ones they run.
Mama, because ha ba tsebe di-guideline tsa bona.
They can bow down because they don't know their
So
guidelines.
any leader or any person or sebeletsa modimo tshwanetse a tsebe di-guideline.
Any leader or any person that serves God must know their guidelines.
Tshwanetse a tsebe hantle gore na o sebetsa kae.
That person must know carefully on where
Mo
they
a
serve.
sebetsang teng bajuta ba tseba gore na bona ba sebetsa kae.
Where they serve, the Jews know where they
Ba
serve.
sebetsa ha Nebukadnezar mara ba sebetsa ha Modimo.
They serve in Nebuchadnezzar's place, but they serve in
And ba
God.
sebedisa melao ya habo bona.
And they are using the laws
Habo
from
bona
their
ba tseba
hometown.
gore ditshwantsho ha di kgumamele.
They know that from their hometown they do not bow
O
to
ka
images.
ba ba bolaya ha eba o batla gore ba khumame.
You can rather kill them if you want them to bow
ba na le
down.
problem ya ditshwantsho.
Because they have a problem of
They don't
images.
compromise ha ba ya ba lebile
They
ditshwantsho.
do not compromise when they're facing
You
images.
can do anything e o batlang go e etsa.
You can do anything that you want to
Any
do.
Jew ha a tseba taba tsa hae.
Any Jew, when they know themselves very well,
Ha khumamele ditshwantsho.
they do not bow down to images.
Israele ya khumamelang
An
ditshwantsho.
Israelite that bows down to
We
images,
sa ka hara bo-Israel.
that person takes themselves out of being an
O
Israelite.
ipeya ka thoko ho leloko la Modimo.
That person puts themselves on the side of the
But
nation of
motho
God.
tshwantse a be hlokolosi ka di-guidelines.
But the person that needs to be careful with the
Jwale
guidelines.
batho bana ba ba bonang ba sa khumama.
Now these people that they don't see them bowing down,
Ba makalla hore why ba sa khumama.
they are amazed on why do
Because
not
le
they
bona
bow
ha ba re
down.
letho ha ba khumame fela ba eme
Because
fela.
they don't say anything, they just don't bow down.
Ba re no we don't.
They say no, we do not.
Ha re no khumama mo.
They say we are not
And
going to
ha ba
bow down.
bue.
And they do not speak. When they're playing the musical instruments,
Kaofela batho ba iname.
when all the people are bowing
Bana
down,
ba makaletse hore bana ba eme.
these ones I'm amazed at why are they
Problem ya
standing?
ka ke e,
My problem is this.
o bona jwang batho ba emeng o khumame.
How do you see people that are standing while you are bowing down?
O tjho hore le wena o khumama.
It means that you
Eh.
also did not bow
O
down.
tsotsi o sheba ka leihlo le leng o kwala le leng.
You are looking at one eye and closing the other.
Ba motho e ba sa re he bajuta ha ba khumame.
And one person will say, hey, the Jews, they do
Ho na le
not bow
bajuta
down.
ba bararo ba sa khumameng.
There are 3 Jews that do not bow down.
Batho ba tsebang gore ke di-leader.
The people that know that they are leaders.
A leader
A leader
ke motho ya sa tjhintjhweng ya nang le ntho e ba e bitsang mokoko.
is a person that is not changed, that has what they call a backbone.
Yes, backbone.
A backbone.
Anybody ya senang backbone ha qualified to be a leader.
Anybody that doesn't have a backbone does not qualify to be a leader.
Anybody ya iswang hodimo le tlase.
Anybody that is taken up and down.
I'm nkuwang ke ntho e nngwe le nngwe e fetang.
that is taken by anything that just passes.
Ha tsebe di-qualification tsa bo leader.
That person doesn't know the qualifications of being a leader.
Di-qualification ke gore ha o ye anywhere else.
The qualification is that you do not go
Mo
anywhere else.
Satane a isang batho teng.
Where the devil leads other people.
Ke kopa amen. Ha o issue anywhere else.
You are not taken
Ha
anywhere
motho e mong a
else.
batla ho etsa ntho e wrong.
If one wants to do something
Ha
that
e
is
ba
wrong,
khumama wena wa ema.
when they bow down, you
Because
stand
a
up.
leader ke motho e reng ha batho ba khumama yena ba etsa ntho.
Because a leader is when people bow down, they
Are
do
nna
something
ke etse
different.
nthwena because I'm a leader.
They do not do this thing
Number
because
two,
I am a
a
leader.
leader ke motho ya tsebang ho tjhentjha molao o beilweng ke ba o beileng.
Number two, a leader is a person that is able to change the law that is placed by the people that have placed it.
Now, number one, taba e important again.
Now, the important matter is this.
You have, o tshwantse o tsebe, you have to know
You have to know
gore na Modimo ke mang.
who God is.
That is very important.
Ke taba e
Ha
kgolo.
o qala ho sebeletsa Modimo,
The moment you serve God,
you have to know now who he is.
o tlamehile ho tseba hore ene ke mang.
That's the first
Ke
thing.
yone karolo ya pele.
Because ha o tseba gore ke monga ntho tsohle.
Because if you know that He's the owner of each and everything,
Taba e o tlo o jwetsa gore
that only will tell you that.
le ha ba ka o tshosa ha o tshohe.
Even if they can scare you, you are not afraid.
Because o sebeletsa ya ka hodimo.
Because you serve the one that is higher.
Shadraka le Meshaka le Abednego tshwantse ba be ba tseba hore Modimo wa bona ke yane ya bulang lewatle.
Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, you know very well that their God is the one that opens the sea.
Tshwantse ba be ba tseba hantle hore ke yane ya fanang ka dijo.
They should know very well that He is the provider.
Ba ema pela Modimo o jwalo.
They are standing before such a God.
Now, meaning,
Ho bolela hore
re tshwantse re tsebe hore the devil will bring more schemes.
we should know that the devil will bring
Yeah.
more schemes.
More schemes.
Maqheka a mangata.
O tlo tlisa maqitolo le maqheka le maqhilolo a mangata this time.
He will bring more schemes this time.
Why?
Hobane
Ke gore o batla ho nka ba bangata.
it is that He wants to gather many,
O ba tlisa ka hlakoreng la hae.
to bring them on His side.
Take e tsebang ka Modimo ona o nna ke emeng pela hae.
What I know about this God that I'm standing before,
Ne ke bala Psalm 91.
I was reading Psalm
Haesale moya
91.
wa ka o dutse moo.
Ever since my spirit has been
Ha o
upon it,
tlohe, le kajeno ha
it
o
doesn't depart. Even today, it doesn't
Part
leave.
eno ha o tlohe.
That part you don't leave.
No. Moya wa ka ha o tlohe moo.
My
Gore ha ke
spirit
qala ke
doesn't
fihla
depart
Psalm
from that
91
part.
fela.
The moment I come to
Ha
Psalm
ke fihla moo
91,
ke a ema.
when I get there, I stop.
Psalm 91.
Psalm 91.
Verse 8.
Just open your eyes and see how the wicked are punished. Only with thine eyes shalt thou behold and see the reward of the wicked.
I like that one. Repeat it again.
Only with thine eyes shalt thou behold and see the reward of the wicked.
These words,
mantswe ana
ha tlohe pelong ya ka.
does not depart from my heart.
Moputso wa ba bolotsana,
The reward of the wicked,
you will see.
o tla di bona, o tla e bona.
Meaning, ha motho a tseba Modimo,
Meaning, when one knows God,
o tseba hore Modimo ke a revealang diphiri tsa ba bolotsana go ba hlwekileng.
you must know that God is the revealer
The
of
schemes
the
tsa Satan.
secrets, the schemes of
Tse
the devil.
ngata,
A lot of them.
God revealed them to me.
Modimo o bile a di hlahisa ho nna.
Then I said,
Then ke bile ka re,
how?
how?
Oh, le yena ho tje.
This is like this.
Because Modimo
Because God,
o tla rewarda ba bolotsana.
He is the rewarder of the wicked.
Ha se Modimo o lebalang.
He is not a God that forgets.
Anybody ya etsa ntho e ka re wa thusa ana le bolotsana, God is still there.
Anybody that is doing something as if they are helping and having wicked
Anybody ya
schemes, God
iketsa
is
o ka re
still
ke
there.
motho a lokileng.
Anybody that
But
pretends to be
another
the
taba ya hae
right
ka morao.
person, but has their own
Those
agenda at
people,
the
they
back.
must know that we know them.
Batho bao ba tlamehile ho tseba hore re a ba
God
tseba.
revealed them to us.
Modimo o bile a ba hlahisa ho rona.
Let them do what they want, we know.
Ha ba etse se ba batlang ho se etsa, re a tseba.
Satan yena,
That devil,
re sa tla deala le yena.
we will deal with him. Are you scared?
Hey, we're going to
Yes.
deal with him.
Re tlo sebetsana le yena.
This is the time for God to expose people.
This is the time hore Modimo a pepese batho.
Shadrach le Meshach ba ana ho mama.
Shadrach and Meshach refused to bow down.
Ke kopa re utlwisise scale sena hantle.
May we understand the scale
Number
carefully.
one.
Number one,
Babylon ke empire. Ho jwalo.
Babylon is an empire,
Ho jwalo ke a kere.
isn't it?
Ke
so?
empire. Ke
It's
batho ba
an
tshajwang
empire.
lefatsheng.
Those are the people that were,
Batho bana ba le empire
Feared.
e tshajwang.
these people that were in the empire that is
Eh,
feared.
ba neng ba tshajwa at that time.
The people that were feared at that time,
Ba ka tlasa maoto wa Modimo.
they are beneath the feet of God.
Ho Shadrach ba aware ka taba e.
Shadrach is aware of this matter.
Le Meshach le Abednego.
Meshach and Abednego.
Ha re ba le verse 16.
Shadrach,
Taba ena se tlisitswe attentioneng ya Nebuchadnezzar.
this matter was brought to the attention of Nebuchadnezzar.
O sabile a bua.
Nebuchadnezzar already
A
spoke
re bashemane ba ka,
and he said, "My boys,
ke a tseba hore le batho ba right a kere.
I know that you are right people.
Ne ke re ke a kgolwa le phatsame.
I think you were mistaken.
Jwale ha ho letswa le be se le etsa jwang?
So when the instruments are played, you might as well do that.
Ke a tseba le batho ba lokileng ba Bajuda ha le na mothata wa
I
ho bua.
know you are good Jews. We do not have a problem of bowing
but
down.
ne ke re fela ha ho letswa jwale le khumame.
But I was just saying, when they
Ena
play
ke
the instrument, you must
answer
bow
ena.
down. This is the answer
Ya banna bana,
of these men,
bahlankana bana, ke bahlankana.
these young men.
Yes, tswela pele.
Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego replied.
Ba araba.
They replied,
Wow.
O Nebuchadnezzar,
Eh.
we do not need to defend ourselves before you.
Eh.
If we are thrown into the blazing furnace,
We do not do what?
O Nebuchadnezzar, we do not need to defend ourselves before you.
How hlokale re defend when?
We do not need to defend ourselves before you.
A re no etsa jwang?
We are not going to do that.
Ebile ha re khumana.
And we are not even going to bow down.
Morena ha le fa utlwa hore ka re ba tlhankana ba
And the king was angered and he felt these young men.
a hema hanyane Nebukadnezar bana ba tshwantse ke mollo ha re utlwa.
If we are thrown into the blazing furnace, the God whom we serve is able to save us. He will rescue us from your power, your majesty.
My point ke hore
My point
e
is
ke kopang
that,
re shebe mo.
which I want us to look at.
Nebukadnezar o ba nkile kwana Jerusalem o jwalo ke.
Nebuchadnezzar took them from
And
Jerusalem,
Modimo ba tloetse gore ba be matsong a Nebukadnezar.
and God left them to be in the hands
Ba
of
tshepa
Nebuchadnezzar.
jwang gore Modimo o tla ba lokolla e le hore ha ba lokolla ho fitlhella ba fitla mo.
How do they trust that God will deliver them if He didn't deliver them when they
Ba
get here?
tshepa jwang?
How do they trust that?
Hona ho bontsha tshepo ya bona ho Modimo. Le haeba Modimo a ba dumelletse ho ya Nebukadnezar.
This shows their
Babylon.
trust unto God, even when God had let them go to Babylon.
This is big. Tswela pele, e reng?
He will rescue us from your power, your majesty.
Yes.
But even if He doesn't,
Yeah, yeah.
we want to make it clear.
Even if he doesn't.
But even if He doesn't,
Nebukadnezar,
Nebuchadnezzar,
morena wa rona,
our majesty,
ne re o tsebe hore
we were saying,
le haeba a sa re lokolle,
even if He doesn't,
re keke.
we will not.
Now, a re tlohele Shadrach. Re a tseba hore ba ile ba kena ka hara sebopi sa mollo, ho jwalo ke.
We know that they went into the blazing furnace.
And re a tseba hore mollo ha o ka ba ba etsa letho.
And we know that they were not consumed by the fire.
But ntho ke batlang re shebe ke ena.
But what I want us to look at is this.
Trust ya bona go Modimo.
They are trust unto God.
Kopa bua ka yona khutswana.
May I just speak about it in short.
Trust Modimo o tsama le batho ba mo trustang ho sa bonahale letho.
God walks with the people that trust them when there is nothing that they see.
Ho se ho sena ntho ba ka e supang.
When there is nothing that they can point at.
Gore batho ba bua ba re tla bona ba re ha re gore ba hana.
They refuse.
Ba sa tsebe na ba tshepileng.
And not knowing what
Because
they
tena e ba e
trusted.
buang bo Shadrach.
Because this thing that
Ha e
Shadrach and them are saying,
etsahale Babylon.
it has never happened before
How
in
can
Babylon.
they believe?
How can they believe?
And then bantshitswe mo ba tlisitswe e le ba tshwaruwa.
While they were taken and brought
Ba
as
fihla jwang ho tshepa Modimo ka tsela e?
how do they reach the level of trusting God in this manner?
Ba re le haeba
And they said, even
a
if
sa re lokolle,
He does not deliver,
re keke ra khumama.
we will not bow.
Modimo o tshepa motho ya emang ho sa yengwe.
God trusts a person that stands firm when the
Batho
situation
bao
doesn't
ba
allow.
sebeletsang Modimo
Those people that serve God,
ba tshwantse ba eme ho thwe ha o yengwe.
they must stand in difficult situations.
No. Ho thwe ha ho yengwe. Ho
When
thwe-
it is said you cannot stand.
ho thwe mona ha ho yengwe ba re mona ke mo re emang.
And when they said, we don't stand here, and they said, we are going to
Mona ha ho
stand here.
kgonahale gore o yengwe ba re a ema.
And they say, when people say it is impossible for you to stand, they
Mme
say we
Modimo o
stand.
batla batho ba mo trustang ba risky.
Meaning God wants people that trust him taking a risk.
Batho ba sebeletsang Modimo
People that serve God,
tshwantse e be di riska.
they must be risk takers.
Yes. Ba risky.
They must be risk takers.
Yes. Batho ba riskang ha o thi ho be ba re a riska.
When they say it is bad, they say we will take the risk.
Because we trust hore ke Modimo.
Because we trust that he is God.
He is faithful.
Wa tshepahala.
See, rasa trust ke fear.
The enemy of trust is fear.
Meaning batho ba senang fear.
Meaning the people that do not have
Ho
fear.
le kotsi ke bona ba Modimo a ba batlang.
In dangerous situations, those are the
So,
people that God
meaning nakong
wants.
ena re leng ho yona ba eso.
Meaning the time that we are
Modimo
in,
le mong ya
brethren.
sebeletsang Modimo.
Each and every person that
The
serves
devil
God.
wants that person to bow.
Satan o batla motho o a khumame.
Before ho na le ntho tsa tla di tlisa.
Before there are things that he will bring.
Ke batlang re le bule mahlo.
What I want to open your eyes
Everything
on.
from heaven before it sebetsa Satan wa fitla.
Everything from heaven before it can take place. The
Now,
devil
let's
comes.
prove it here.
Are proving
Bana
mona.
a se khale ba qeta ho busa dinaha tse ka thoko.
These men, it is not long
So
that they've
they
been
need
ruling
to
other
be
places.
tested.
So they need to be tested.
Now, ha re mameleng hantle.
Let's listen carefully.
But ba bangata ba reng ha ba kgethetswe nthong e itseng go etsa ha ba tested ba kena ba etsa ntho e kgahlano le Modimo a e batlang.
A
Yes.
lot of people, when they are chosen to a certain place, when they are tested, they
Because
do what
ha
God
hona
doesn't want.
mosebetsi le o i-one o motho a o kgethelwang ke Modimo o sa testuwe. Satan o sa etse hore di hele di sisinyehe.
Because there's not even one work that when a person is chosen for that work, that doesn't make hell to shake.
Ibete. Ha hona mosebetsi le o i-one
There's not
o
even
motho a o
one work
etsetsang Modimo
that a person does for
o
God
sa testuwe.
that is not tested.
Haeba motho eo a etsetsa Modimo.
If that person is doing
So
it for God,
motho eo ya sebetsang a sa tsebe gore ho testuwa mosebetsi wa o etsang.
if that person is serving and not knowing that the work that
O
they
tla
do
wela
is
ka
being
lemeneng
tested,
la na sa tshwanela ho ema ka hara lona.
they are going to fall into
And
the
ho
pit.
sebediswa di-tricks ho mo testa ho sa bolele gore e tle o shejuwe wena.
And tricks are used to test that person,
Because
not showing
di
that you
hele
are the one.
hantle ne di batla bo Shadrach.
Because hell wanted Shadrach.
Satan o na ba batla a batla ho bona ha ba khumama.
Shadrach, Satan wanted to see them bowing down.
Hantle bothata ba setshwantsho se.
Actually, the problem of this image,
E ne le batho bana ba bararo.
it was these three people.
Hore batho bana ba khumame.
For these people to bow down.
So any work
So mosebetsi
and
o mong le o
any
mong,
rank,
and each and every rank
yes, any work,
and any work,
mosebetsi o mong le o mong,
each and every work,
or wherever mo motho a yang teng a nka transition.
or wherever where that person is going,
O
taking a
fumana
transition,
madimona a mono transitioning eno a mo emeng.
that person will find demons of that transition waiting for the person.
Then hangata batho ba bang ha ba fuwa mosebetsi ba ba excited.
A lot of times when people are given work, they become excited.
Ha ba tsebe gore
They do not know that.
ntho tseo Modimo a di tlisang ha di a tshwana di excite motho because di na le challenge ya tsona.
What God brings to that person is not supposed to excite a person.
Dintho tseo motho a tlo di etsa ha di a tshwanela di etse motho a be excited because di na le challenge ya tsona.
What that person is going to do, they don't want a person that is going to be excited because they have their own challenges.
Di na le challenge ya tsona.
They
Di na
have
le
their own
ho di-
challenges.
ho a o humangwa.
They have a point of bowing down. They have a point where you must bow down, where you should refuse to bow down.
So the devil knows this.
So Satan o tseba maqheka ana.
Before
Pele,
ha Joseph a sa le haufi,
when Joseph was closer,
o lahlela trongo.
he was taken into prison.
Aiye.
Go.
Why?
Hobane,
Ha hona mosebetsi o senang challenge.
there is no work without a challenge.
Now, how does she be party important? Matthew chapter 4, verse 1 to 11. You know it. But let's read it.
Matthew chapter 4, verse 1 to 11. Then was Jesus led up of the Spirit into the wilderness to be tempted of the devil. And when he had fasted 40 days and 40 nights, he was afterward and hungered. And when the tempter came to him, he said, "If thou be the Son of God, command that these stones be made bread."
Now, ha Jesus atlo musebetsi.
Now, when Jesus was going to start to work,
immediately after 40 days,
that means he is going to begin the
devil
work.
came.
Satan ubile atla.
Meaning,
Meaning he is looking at what is going to be done here. He wants to stop it before it takes.
The question today would be,
The question today is about whether has he not stopped you? Because you are going to serve God. Hasn't he stopped you, tried to stop you
Because
somewhere?
that is his style.
Because that is his style.
To stop a person who
Stop a moto that is going to serve God.
Then more Jesus, it's very important for us to watch it.
So here on Jesus, it is very important to as we are going to look at it.
Said it tricks.
He uses tricks which he uses to the people that are going to serve God.
Or the
He
first
says-
one
The first one says, if you are the Son of God, if you are the Son of God, meaning he is saying, if you say you are the Son of God, actually Jesus is the Son of God.
In his position,
He wants to move him from his
for
position.
him on his position,
So for him to move him from his position, if you are the Son of God,
meaning
meaning you will do that which the devil wants you to do.
war.
It is not a normal war. That when we say we are fighting against the devil, we are not doing a bad thing, but we hit
He
him even
comes
with the
with
faces.
tricks.
Utla kamaqhika. If he says,
No,
if you say,
umuluko wa bofelo
you are the last generation
o tshepilweng ke Modimo,
that is trusted by God,
a ko fetole ntwe.
turn this thing.
That's what I. That's what fetola. Ore a fetole majwa ha kere.
He says he must command
Ha
the
ka
stone.
fetola majwa fela bora bo fetoile.
When he
How
tells the
ka
sons,
fetola ntho o
sonship
sa
is
tshwanelang ho e
finished.
fetola?
If you can change what you are supposed to change,
No, eo se sa tshwanelang ho e fetola.
that which you are not supposed to
Yes,
turn,
you are not supposed to change it.
that which you are not supposed to change it,
How ka e change fela?
if you can change it,
Ke ye kwa hanyane. Ke a dumela. Ha ona motho. Oh, amen. Ke dintho tse kae tseo bana ba modimo e leng tsa pholoso ba di changeile
how many things that the children of God, which belong
to
to
prove hore bona
the
ke bo
gospel,
mang.
have changed to prove who they are.
The landmarks.
The landmarks.
Ha ba tsole matsatsi ana
They undress these days.
ba re Jesu ka pelong.
They say Jesus is in the heart.
Ha o le ngwana modimo
If you are a child of God,
a ko ntshe be ka re o dutse o ko ke a re o dutse re ke ko re ko etse ntho nngwe ko change ntho tse.
you must change this thing.
Go change ntho tse.
Change this thing.
A ko etse mohoko ko re ko change.
Just do
Ko
a
re ha eba o
mohawk.
yena etsa mohoko.
If you are, do a mohawk.
A ko bitse hanyane ka ke ntwela ka tattoo e ngotsweng Jesu. Ha eba o
Just
Mokreste.
have a little tattoo that is written Jesus if you are a Christian.
Wow. Ne? If o fitla o pholositse o fitla hore ha re change re se ka ra etsa tjena ha re etse ntho e itseng.
If you are born again and you change saying, let's not do that, let's do a certain thing.
Ke kopana le batho ba ngata ba sebetsang ba hangata ba atisa hore ba re ho nna.
I meet up with a lot of people that work. Most of the
They
time
will
they say
say,
to me,
Mara ne ke kopa etsa suggestion.
but I want to make a suggestion.
Ne ke kopa o e fetoletse tjena.
Can we change it
Ha
like
ba
this?
tsebe hore to change that thing eo ke reng e se ka etsuwa.
They don't know that to change that thing that I'm saying
Haeba
it should
o le
not be
mora
done.
modimo,
If you are the Son of God,
change ha majwe.
command these stones. Can I
Ne ke
have
bona
a
ekare ha re
suggestion?
ka ra e ntsha le mona,
I think if we can take it this way,
it can work.
it la sebetsa.
Bona ha re ka e ntsha le mona.
You see, if we can take it
Ha o
this
le
way,
mora modimo e change.
if you are the Son of God, change it.
Ya utlwala akere? Ya utlwala akere? Ha re ya ho ya ba se ba ba batla ho chaisa. Ha le batla ho chaisa, re ka nna ra tswela pele ra etsa online. Ha eba ne le na le moya wa ho chaisa.
During that time, the devil came and said to him, if you are the Son of God, tell these stones to become loaves of bread. But Jesus told him, no, the scriptures say, people do not live by bread alone, but by every word that comes from the mouth of God. Then the devil took him to the holy city, Jerusalem.
Meaning, Jesu o tseba lentswe akere.
Meaning Jesus knows the
He's
word.
quoting the word.
He is
O
quoting the
tseba
word.
di landmark tsa hae.
He knows his own landmarks.
Ha tjhentjhwe ke motho.
He's not changed by a person.
Anybody a tjhentjhang.
Anybody that just changes,
How ka la o tjhentjha o senya mosebetsi?
the moment you start changing, you destroy the work.
Because the purpose ko change mosebetsi o senyehe.
Because the purpose is for you to change so that the work may be destroyed.
How can I change something fela o a senyehe?
The moment you change something, the work is destroyed. People do not live by bread alone.
Something.
Let me show you
Ke
something.
le bontsheng something.
Let me show you something.
Re bona o ka re
We see that
o ka re bonkiti ha ba e bona hantle. We want to change it.
as if Pastor Nkiti didn't
And
see it
bophelo ha ba
correctly,
e
we
bona
want to
hantle, we want
change
to
it.
change it.
For them to see it
That's where
correctly,
the
we want to
gospel
change
ile a
it.
senyeha ko teng.
That is where the
You don't
gospel
change this
was
thing.
messed up. How fetole
You
nthwena?
follow, you don't change anything.
Wa e latela, ha o e fetole.
We can do it better.
Re ka e etsa betere.
We can modify it
Re ka e lokisa.
and change it. Not knowing gore
Re sa tsebe hore
o challenge your position.
your position is the one that is challenged.
The devil is challenging the position.
The devil is the one that is
Because
challenging
you
your
have
position.
o tshwantse o prove the point.
Because you have to prove
how
a
prove a
point.
point? I'm proving the point.
Because you are saying you are proving a point.
O prove a point.
You are proving a point.
O prove a point.
You are proving a point.
O prove a point.
You are proving a point, you change.
Ha re prove a point re dula lentsweng.
We do not prove a point, we abide by the word.
Tswela pele.
People do not live by bread alone, but by every word that comes from the mouth of God. Then the devil took him to the holy city, Jerusalem, to the highest point of the temple and said, "If you are the Son of God, jump off. For the scriptures say, he will order his angels to protect you." And
Satan, o re o sebedisa Psalm 91.
the devil is using Psalm 91.
O mo isa hlorong ya tempele.
He takes him to the pinnacle of the
O
temple.
ra jampe. Bona Bibeleng ena o ra
He
jampe.
says he must jump.
A itie.
So he must.
Satan ha re ke tla o diela.
The devil doesn't say, "I will
Ore,
push you down."
itiele.
He says, "Cast thyself down."
Ha ka la itiela fe.
The moment he throws himself down,
O sa re o itietse Modimo.
he says, God, he has cast himself to the ground.
Ha o sa tsebe gore na o eme kae.
If you don't know where
Satan
you
o tla o
stand,
isa, o tla o sebedisa ka di tricks.
the devil will
Bana e nngwe.
use you with tricks.
Ke rata ena e tla. It's very important.
He will order his angels to protect you,
Yes.
and they will hold you up with their hands,
Yes.
so you won't even hurt your foot on a stone. Jesus replied, "The scriptures also say, you must not test the Lord your God." Next, the devil took him to the peak of a very high mountain and showed him all the kingdoms of the world and their glory. "I will give it all to you," he said. He says,
Satan o re,
the devil says,
ke tla o fa tse o di entseng gobane ke tsa ke tla wena ke tla o fa tse o di entseng.
"I will give all that you have created."
O mo fa tse o a di entseng.
He wants to
So,
give him what
how
he
sa
has
tsebe
created.
his tricks,
So if you do not know his tricks,
o tlo senya mosebetsi o mosebetsi o no tlo o fa moqhaka.
you will destroy the work that was going to give you the crown. Next, the devil took him to the peak of a very high mountain and showed him all the kingdoms of the world and their glory.
Yes.
"I will give it all to you,"
Yes.
he said,
Yes.
"if you will kneel down and worship
If
me."
o khumama,
If you bow down.
case ya kgolo ke eno.
The greatest case is this.
Ko re bo Shadrach ba etse jwang?
It is for Shadrach and them to do what?
Ba etse jwang? Ntho Satan ke ya e batlang ke khumama.
What the devil wants is to bow down,
Yes, bow.
is to bow.
So ha o sebeletsa Modimo,
So if you serve God,
o tshwantse o ele hloko gore na o serve mang.
you must take note on whom you serve.
ha o sebeletsa modimo
when you serve God,
ka biblical terms,
in the biblical terms,
ho serve modimo is part of worship.
to serve God is part of worship.
Meaning you are worshiping him.
Meaning, wa mo tlotlisa, wa mo khumamela.
So ha o sebeletsa modimo ka tsela ya act ya worship.
So if you serve God in an act of worship,
Ha o mo sebeletsa ka act ya gore batho ba o bone, o mo sebeletsa ka act ya gore o sebeletsa yena.
you do not serve him with the act of people to see you, but you serve him with the act that you are serving
Because
him.
it's an holy thing to work for him.
Because ke ntho e hlwekileng ho
Yes,
mo sebeletsa.
it's a holy thing. Ke ntho e halalelang.
It is a holy thing.
Yeah. Ke ntho e halalelang ho serve modimo o halalelang.
It is a holy thing to serve the Holy God.
Because ha o mo serve,
Because when you serve him,
o serve ya halalelang.
you serve the Holy One.
Then o sebetsa jwang ha o serve modimo ya jwang?
So how do you serve when you serve such a
O
God?
hlokomela bohlweki.
You are careful of holiness.
Yes. Re ke phete hape. O hlokomela bohlweki.
You take note and be careful of holiness.
O hlokomela bohlweki.
You take note of holiness.
O hlokomela bohlweki.
You take note of holiness.
Yes. O hlokomela bohlweki.
You take note of
Because o
holiness.
sebeletsa ya halalelang.
Because you serve the Holy One.
And then o fuwe mohau wa o sebeletsa modimo o halalelang haka.
You have been given the grace to serve such a holy God.
So you need to be careful when you work for him gore o tsebe gore you are worshiping as well.
So you need to be careful when you work for him, because you must know that you
Because worshiping ha o timanyoloi a mo sebeletsa go re a mo sebeletsa ha etsa jwalo ba mo worshipa.
Because when they say the angels, they serve him. When they do that, they worship
So
him.
when you o fumane monyetla wa mo sebeletsa,
So when you are given an opportunity to serve him,
let the person next to you
i-
ask out or interrupt, because you are focusing to him.
let the person that is next to you not interrupt you, because o shebile yena.
batho ba tlotlang ba o sitisa ha o batla ho mo sebeletsa.
Because there are people that will come and try to hinder you when you want to
Hlokomela
serve
hore ha
him.
hona letho leo le khumamelang at all.
Be careful of that you do not
Pelo ya
worship
hao e
anything.
hlwekile ka bohlweki bo khumamelang modimo.
Take note that your heart is pure with
And
the
then
pureness
o
of
etsa
worshiping
ka
God.
pelo e hlwekileng.
And you do it with a pure heart.
Hlokomela hore ha o etse hobane batho ba tshwantse ba o bone.
Do make sure that you do not do it because you
Ha o
want to be
etse
seen by
hore
people.
moruti le baetapele ba bang ba o bone.
You do not make it so that the pastor
You
and
are
some leaders to take
making
note of
this
you.
as a holy thing.
You are doing this ka hore ke
And
ntho e
then you are
halalelang.
doing it to go wa etsa hore modimo,
You are doing it that
I
God.
do this for you.
Ke etsa nthwena for
Then how
wena.
e etsetsa modimo?
And when you do it for
O
God,
tlo nahana hore modimo e batla jwang?
you will think on how
O
God
keke
wants
wa
it.
e etsa fela o tlo
You
e
will
hlokomela.
not just do it
O tlo e
anyhow.
etsa ka tsela e nepahetseng.
You will do it in the correct manner.
O tlo e etsa ka tsela e o bontshang gore o
You
etsetsa
will
mang.
do it in a manner that shows
Haeba o
who
etsetsa
you are
motho o
doing it
nahanang
to.
gore o moholo,
If you are doing it to a person
o
that
tlo
you
etsa
know
hore o be
is
sure
great,
gore o etsa ntho e nepahetseng.
you will know that you will make sure
O
that you
tlo
do
etsa
the
hore
right
le
thing.
ha o etsa anything in church,
That you will make sure that even if you do anything
ntho
in
o
church,
etsetsa modimo o kgumamela modimo.
you are doing it for God. You are
Ha
worshiping
o
God.
batle anybody
You do not want anybody
ho senya sena.
to destroy this thing.
Ha o lo pakela batho,
When you are going to testify to people,
it's an holy act,
it's an holy act.
because you are doing what God wants.
Because o etsa seo Modimo a se
E
batlang.
etse e seng hobane o batla hore batho ba be bangata, e etsetsa modimo.
Do it not because you want people to be.
Etsetsa modimo.
Do it for God.
Ha o rapela o khumamela modimo etsetsa modimo.
When you pray worshiping
Then
God,
the
you must do
question
it
will
for
come
God.
to you and say,
Then potso e tla ka
"Ebe
ho wena e
modimo o
re,
tla e batla ha e le jwang?"
will God want it if it is
And
like
then
this?
ebe a ka e batla ha o le jwang?
How will God
Yes,
want
yes,
it?
yes. And then o tlo e batla ha o le jwang?
How will God
O
want
tlo ba
it?
careful ha bua hore I will do ka mokgwa e batlang ka teng.
You will be careful when he speaks
Yes,
and
yes.
say, I will do
O
it
tlo batla ho
according to
etsa
the way you
exactly ka
want.
mokgwa e batlang.
You want to do it exactly
O
the
tlo
manner
tseba
that he
hape
wants.
hore ke modimo a sa batle ntho e buang ka letsohong le letona kapa ka ho le
You
letshehadi.
will know that he's a God that doesn't want you
tlo
to go to
etsa
the left nor to the
exactly.
right. You will do exactly
Then last mantswe a le bang ho felle.
the words that are about to conclude.
Ha o sa etse ntho o modimo a o boleletseng yona.
If you do not do what God told you to do,
Or
or
se lentswe le se bolelang
that which the word says,
o sa etse
if you do not do it,
o tsebe hore
you must know that
di hele di thabile o disappointile modimo.
hell is rejoicing and you have disappointed God.
Because Satan o sheba hore na o acta jwang.
Because the devil looks at how you act,
O etsa jwang.
what you do.
So ke bang a batlang ho sebeletsa modimo.
So who are the people that want to serve God?
Batla ho sebeletsa modimo.
Who are the people that want to serve God?
Ha o phamise matsoho ke kopa wa sheba.
When you lift up your hand, you must look at
Ke
it.
kopa wa sheba.
Look at your hand.
Ha o phamisitse
When you have lifted up your
o
hand,
tsebe o batla motho ya sebetsang ka matsoho a hlwekileng.
you must know that he wants somebody that serves him with pure hands.
Ya etsang ka matsoho a hlwekileng.
That which serves with pure hands.
Ya sebetsang ka matsoho a hlwekileng.
The person which serves with pure hands.
Ha ke qetella
As I'm about to conclude,
tseba hore
know that
lebitso la hao le ngotswe diheleng
your name is written in hell,
hore o ska etsa ka matsoho a hlwekileng.
that you should not do things in holy hands. With
Hadiso ya
holy
o tshwantse o nahane bosiu le motshehare ka lentswe.
That is why you must meditate on the word day and night.
Because
Hobane,
wena
you
o setjhaba
are a generation,
e kgethilwe se kgethilweng.
a chosen generation.
Le kgethilwe.
You are chosen.
Mme le kgethuwe nakong eo ho leng haufi hore Satane a lahlelwe diheleng.
You are chosen at a time when it is close or it is near for the devil to be thrown into hell.
Setjhaba
We
se
are
kgethilweng.
a chosen generation.
Anything eo tla e fuwa o e etse.
Anything that you will be given, you must do it.
No, eo e fuweng hore o e etse.
Anything that you are given to do,
E etse o etsetsa modimo e seng motho.
do it serving God, not a person.
And then ha o e etsa ka tsela eo,
And when you do it in that manner,
le batho bao ba e etsetsang
and the people that you
ba
are
tla
serving,
kgotsofala ha lehodimo le kgotsofetse.
they will be pleased when the heaven is pleased.
Ke qetile. Sebeletsa modimo ka bohlweki.
Serve God with holiness.
Matilo, sebeletsa modimo ka bohlweki.
Serve God with holiness.
Modimo o sebeletswa ka bohlweki.
That God is served with holiness.
Ha o sebeletsa modimo hore batho ba o bone,
If you serve God for people to see you,
o ntso khumamela setshwantsho.
you are